What if the breakthrough you've been praying for is waiting on the other side of your surrender? You've been carrying the weight of tomorrow on your shoulders. You've been fighting battles you were never meant to fight alone. You've been losing sleep over things you cannot control, trying to force doors open that were never meant for you. Listen carefully. The moment you stop trying to control everything is the moment everything begins to change. Put it in God's hands and watch what happens. Life will test you. It will stretch you. It will push you to the edge of your strength and ask for more. There will be seasons when your plans fall apart. Seasons when the people you trusted walk away. Seasons when you pray and hear nothing but silence. And in those moments, fear will whisper, "You're alone." But fear is a liar, because your struggle has purpose, your pain has meaning. Your delay is not your denial. Sometimes God allows the storm because He's building something inside you that calm waters never could. You don't need to know every step. You don't need every answer. You need faith, not perfect faith. Real faith, the kind of faith that says, "I don't understand this moment, but I trust the one who does." The world tells you to hold tighter to your plans. Hold tighter to your expectations, hold tighter to your fears. Hold tighter to your need for control. We're taught that strength means carrying everything alone. We're told that if we work harder, think faster, and push longer, we can control every outcome. But let me tell you something, not everything in life is meant to be controlled. Some things are meant to be trusted. Faith tells you to let go, and for many people, that's the hardest thing they'll ever do, because surrender feels uncomfortable. It feels uncertain. It feels like stepping into the unknown without a map. But surrender is not weakness. Surrender is wisdom. Surrender is understanding that there is a limit to your strength, but there is no limit to God's power. You can spend your entire life trying to carry burdens that were never yours to carry. You can exhaust yourself trying to solve problems that no amount of worry can fix. You can lose your peace trying to control people who were never under your control in the first place. And where does it lead? Stress, fear, anxiety, sleepless nights, a mind that never rests, a heart that never finds peace. Listen carefully. You were never created to live that way. You were never created to carry every burden, solve every problem, and control every outcome. You are human, you have limits, and there is no shame in admitting that. The strongest people are not the ones who pretend they have all the answers. The strongest people are the ones who know when to release what they cannot control. There is a difference between giving up and giving over. Giving up says, "I quit." Giving over says, "I trust." Giving up is driven by hopelessness. Giving over is driven by faith. Giving up means walking away from your purpose. Giving over means placing your purpose in God's hands. Do you see the difference? One comes from fear, the other comes from trust. Surrender does not mean you stop trying. It does not mean you stop working. It does not mean you stop showing up. It means you do your part and trust God with the rest. You pray, you prepare, you work, you stay disciplined, and then you release the outcome. Because some battles don't require your strength, they require your faith. How much energy have you wasted trying to force things to happen? How many nights have you stayed awake replaying the same fears over and over again? How many times have you carried tomorrow's problems into today's peace? Enough. You cannot control every circumstance. You cannot control every person's opinion. You cannot control every closed door. And you don't have to, because what is meant for you will not pass you by. What God has prepared for your life does not depend on your ability to control every detail. It depends on your willingness to trust Him through every season. Some doors only open when your hands stop holding on to fear. Think about that. As long as your hands are clenched around worry, they cannot receive the blessings waiting for you. As long as you're holding tightly to fear, you cannot fully embrace faith. As long as you're trying to control everything, you're leaving no room for God to move. Release the worry. Release the pressure. Relay the need to have all the answers. Relay the belief that everything depends on you. It doesn't. You were never meant to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. There is freedom in surrender. There is peace in trust. There is strength in letting go. And sometimes, the miracle you're praying for begins the moment you stop fighting and start believing. Maybe today you're carrying disappointment. Maybe you're carrying financial pressure. Maybe you're carrying heartbreak. Maybe you're carrying uncertainty about your future. Maybe you're carrying pain that no one else can see. You've been strong for so long. You've held everything together for everyone else. You've smiled when your heart was breaking. You've kept moving forward when every part of you wanted to give up. But hear this. You don't have to carry it alone anymore. Lay it down. Lay down the fear. Lay down the anxiety. Lay down the pressure to have everything figured out. Lay down the burden of trying to control what only God can control. Trust does not require understanding every detail. Trust simply says, even when I cannot see the way, I believe there is a way. Even when the answers don't come quickly, even when the path feels uncertain, even when the door stays closed, keep trusting, because God sees what you cannot see. He knows what you do not know. He is already in the tomorrow you're worried about today, so breathe. Take a deep breath, release what you cannot control. Stop carrying what was never yours to carry. Put it in God's hands, not halfway, not when it's convenient, completely. Put your dreams in God's hands. Put your fears in God's hands. Put your family in God's hands. Put your future in God's hands. And then walk forward with confidence, not because you have all the answers, but because you know the one who does. We live in a world that demands everything now. Now success, now healing, now answers, now recognition, now results. We tap a screen and expect instant responses. We place an order and expect same-day delivery. We post our dreams online and expect our lives to transform overnight. We've become impatient with the process because we've become addicted to immediacy. And when life doesn't move at the speed we want, frustration begins to grow. We start asking difficult questions. Why is this taking so long? Why is everyone else moving ahead? Why do I feel stuck? Has God forgotten about me? Listen carefully. A delay is not a denial, and silence is not abandonment. Just because you cannot see progress does not mean progress is not happening. God's timing is not your timing, and thank God for that. Because if everything happened according to your schedule, you might receive blessings you are not prepared to handle. You might walk through doors that lead to places your character cannot sustain. You might achieve success before you've developed the wisdom to manage it. You might receive the answer before you've become the person capable of carrying the responsibility that comes with it. What feels like a delay is often preparation. You're not being ignored. You're being developed. There are seasons in life when it feels as though nothing is moving. The opportunities aren't appearing. The breakthrough isn't coming. The healing feels slow. The prayers seem unanswered. And in those moments, doubt becomes loud. Comparison becomes dangerous. You start looking around and asking why everyone else's life seems to be moving forward while yours feels paused. But you don't know their journey. You don't know their battles. You don't know their purpose. And you cannot compare your timeline to someone else's assignment. What God has for you requires a unique process, a unique path, a unique preparation. Stop measuring your progress against someone else's highlight reel. Your story is unfolding exactly as it needs to, not according to your clock, according to God's wisdom. Character is built in the waiting. Anyone can stay faithful when everything is going their way. Anyone can believe when the doors are opening. Anyone can trust when the answers come quickly. But true faith is revealed when nothing makes sense. True faith is built in the waiting. It's built in the quiet seasons. It's built in the moments when you keep showing up even when you don't see results. Because waiting is not wasted time, waiting is training time. The waiting season teaches patience, it teaches discipline, it teaches humility, it teaches gratitude, it teaches endurance, it teaches you how to trust beyond what your eyes can see. Strength is built in the struggle. No one develops resilience during easy seasons. Strength is forged in difficulty. It is built when you keep moving forward despite disappointment. It is built when you continue believing after setbacks. It is built when you choose hope in the middle of uncertainty. The struggles you face today are developing muscles your future will require. The pressure you're experiencing is preparing you for the responsibility you're praying for. Don't run from the process. Grow through the process. Wisdom is built in the silence. Sometimes God becomes quiet because He wants you to listen more deeply, not for answers from the world, not for approval from other people, but for the truth within your spirit. The silence forces you to slow down. It forces you to reflect. It forces you to separate your fears from your faith. And in that silence, something powerful happens. You begin to understand that faith is not about having all the answers. Faith is about trusting even when answers don't come. You may not understand why the door closed. You may not understand why the opportunity disappeared. You may not understand why the relationship ended. You may not understand why the breakthrough hasn't happened yet. But one day you'll look back and realize that what felt like rejection was protection. What felt like a setback was redirection. What felt like a delay was preparation. Keep showing up even when you don't feel motivated. Keep showing up even when progress seems invisible. Keep showing up even when you feel discouraged. Keep showing up because consistency in difficult seasons creates extraordinary results. Every prayer matters. Every act of faith matters. Every step forward matters. You don't need to have everything figured out. You only need enough faith to take the next step. Keep believing. Not because you see immediate results, but because you trust the one who sees the entire picture. Keep trusting. Not because the path is clear, but because the one guiding you has never lost his way. Remember this, the seed doesn't break through the ground the day it's planted. The farmer plants the seed and walks away. Days pass, nothing appears. Weeks pass, still nothing. To the untrained eye, it looks like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, everything is happening. Roots are growing deeper, strength is developing. The foundation is being built. The process is invisible, but it is essential because what grows too quickly often lacks the roots necessary to survive the storm. And what God is building in your life needs deep roots. Roots of faith, roots of patience, roots of character, roots of wisdom. So don't lose hope because you can't see immediate results. Don't give up because your breakthrough hasn't arrived yet. Don't abandon your faith because your timeline looks different than you expected. Something powerful is happening beneath the surface. Your future is being prepared, your character is being refined, your purpose is being strengthened. And when the time is right, what has been growing in secret will rise into the light. Not too early, not too late, right on time. Until then, trust the process, trust the preparation, trust the waiting, and above all, trust God. Some of you are exhausted, not because you've been working too hard, not because you're incapable, not because you're weak. You're exhausted because you're fighting battles you were never meant to fight. You're carrying responsibilities that were never assigned to you. You're trying to control things that were never placed in your hands. And little by little, it's draining your spirit. It's stealing your peace. It's robbing you of your joy. Listen carefully. Not every battle is yours. Some battles belong to God. Yet every day, so many people wake up carrying invisible burdens. The burden of trying to make everyone understand them. The burden of trying to prove their worth. The burden of trying to earn acceptance from people who have already decided not to see their value. The burden of trying to fix every problem, manage every outcome, and control every situation. And they wonder why they're tired. They wonder why they feel overwhelmed. They wonder why they feel empty because no human being was designed to carry that weight. You cannot control how people see you. You cannot control what others think about you. You cannot control who stays or who walks away. You cannot control every opportunity, every setback, or every outcome. And the more you try, the more frustrated you become, because control is an illusion. The harder you hold on, the more peace slips through your fingers. Think about how much energy you've spent trying to convince people to understand your heart, trying to explain your intentions, trying to make people recognize your value, trying to prove that you're worthy of love, respect, and opportunity. But here's the truth. The people who are meant to understand you will. The people who are meant to walk with you will. And the people who are meant for your life won't require you to abandon yourself just to earn their acceptance. Stop fighting for a seat at tables where your presence is questioned. Stop shrinking yourself to fit into places you've outgrown. Stop chasing validation from people who cannot see your worth. Your value does not increase because someone approves of you, and it does not decrease because someone rejects you. Your worth is not determined by public opinion. Your worth is established by God. You don't have to prove what heaven has already declared. Let that sink in. Some of you are fighting battles in your mind every single day, replaying conversations, imagining worst-case scenarios, trying to predict every possible outcome, carrying tomorrow's worries into today's moment, and your mind never rests. But worrying about the future doesn't protect you from pain. It only steals your peace in the present. You were never meant to live that way. Let it go. Let go of the need to control every outcome. Let go of the pressure to make everyone happy. Let go of the fear of disappointing people. Let go of the need to force things that are not flowing naturally. If you have to beg for respect, it isn't respect. If you have to chase approval, it isn't acceptance. If you have to force every step, it may not be your path. There is freedom in releasing what you cannot control. There is peace in trusting what you cannot see. Now understand this clearly. Letting go does not mean becoming passive. It does not mean giving up on your dreams. It does not mean sitting back and expecting life to happen for you. Faith is not an excuse for inaction. You still have a responsibility. Do your part, work hard, show up every day, stay disciplined, keep your promises, develop your gifts, protect your character, walk with integrity, give your best effort in every season, plant the seed, water the seed, nurture the seed. But don't stand over the soil demanding immediate results. Some things only grow when you stop trying to force them. Your job is obedience. God's job is the outcome. Your job is effort. God's job is timing. Your job is preparation. God's job is provision. Too many people are trying to do God's job while neglecting their own focus on what you can control, your attitude, your discipline, your actions, your faith, your character. And release everything else, because there is power in surrender. You don't have to chase what is meant for you. You don't have to manipulate opportunities that belong in your life. You don't have to force relationships that are meant to thrive naturally. What is truly meant for you does not require you to compromise your values to keep it. What is truly meant for you will align with your purpose, not pull you away from it. Trust that there will be doors that close. Let them close. There will be people who leave. Let them leave. There will be opportunities that don't work out. Let them go. Not every closed door is rejection. Sometimes it's protection. Not every delay is punishment. Sometimes it's preparation. Not every ending is a loss. Sometimes it's redirection. God sees what you cannot see. He knows what you do not know. He understands what your limited perspective cannot comprehend. That's why faith matters. Faith allows you to release your grip on what you cannot control and trust the one who controls all things. You don't have to know every detail. You don't have to understand every setback. You don't have to figure everything out today. You only need to take the next step with trust. What's meant for you will arrive in its season, not before you're ready, not after you've given up, right when it needs to. And when it arrives, you won't have to force it. You won't have to beg for it. You won't have to lose yourself trying to hold on to it. It will come with peace. It will come with clarity. It will come with purpose. Until then, stay faithful, stay patient, stay disciplined. Keep doing what is right even when no one is watching. Keep moving forward even when progress feels slow. Keep trusting even when you cannot see the whole picture, because your life is not held together by your ability to control every outcome. It is held together by God's ability to guide every step, release the battles that were never yours, lay down the burdens you were never meant to carry. Stop fighting for what God has already prepared. Stop chasing what God has already promised. Trust His timing, trust His wisdom, trust His plan, and watch how much lighter your spirit becomes when you finally let God fight the battles that belong to Him. Trusting God doesn't mean sitting still. It doesn't mean waiting for life to happen while you do nothing. It doesn't mean closing your eyes, making a wish, and hoping everything magically falls into place. Faith is not passive. Faith is active. Faith moves. Faith works. Faith gets up when it's easier to stay in bed. Faith takes the next step when the path ahead is unclear. Faith continues the journey even when the destination feels far away. Too many people pray for opportunities they are unwilling to prepare for. They pray for success but avoid discipline. They pray for change but resist growth. They pray for open doors while refusing to leave their comfort zones. But faith without action is only wishful thinking. Real faith requires movement. Real faith requires commitment. Real faith requires obedience. Think about it. A farmer can pray for a harvest every single day. But if the farmer never plants the seed, never waters the soil, and never tends to the field, there will be no harvest. Prayer opens the door. Action walks through it. You cannot ask God to guide your steps if you're unwilling to move your feet. Trusting God does not remove your responsibility. It clarifies it. Your responsibility is to prepare. Your responsibility is to grow. Your responsibility is to show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Because feelings are temporary, purpose is permanent, motivation comes and goes, commitment remains. Faith gets up early when no one is watching. Faith works in the quiet. Faith practices when there is no audience. Faith studies when no one is giving applause. Faith keeps showing up long before the results become visible, because faith understands something that fear often forgets. What you do in private shapes what happens in public. The victories everyone celebrates are built in moments no one sees, in the early mornings, in the late nights, in the disciplined choices, in the sacrifices, in the consistent effort. You may not see immediate results, you may not receive immediate recognition, but keep going. Seeds grow in darkness before they break into the light. Faith stays consistent when emotions fade. Anyone can work hard when they're inspired. Anyone can stay committed when everything is going well. Anyone can believe when progress is obvious. But what happens when excitement disappears? What happens when the results don't come quickly? What happens when you feel tired, discouraged, or uncertain? That's when faith becomes real, because faith is not built on feelings. Faith is built on conviction. Conviction says, I will keep going even when I don't feel like it. Conviction says, I will stay committed even when no one notices. Conviction says, I will remain faithful even when I cannot see the outcome. Your emotions will change, your circumstances will change, but your purpose remains. Don't allow temporary feelings to make permanent decisions for your life. Stay consistent, stay disciplined, stay focused. Faith keeps going when results are invisible. This is where many people give up, not because they lack talent, not because they lack ability, but because they cannot see immediate results. They stop too soon. They quit too early. They abandon the process before the breakthrough arrives. Don't let that be your story. Understand this. Just because you can't see progress doesn't mean progress isn't happening. The strongest foundations are built underground. The deepest roots grow unseen. The most important work often happens in silence. Keep showing up, keep learning, keep improving, keep believing. Your efforts are not wasted. Your preparation matters. Every small step matters. Every disciplined choice matters. Every moment of faith matters. Pray like it all depends on God. Bring your fears to Him. Bring your dreams to Him. Bring your uncertainty to Him. Ask for wisdom. Ask for strength. Ask for guidance. Ask for courage. Pray with expectation. Pray with gratitude. Pray with faith. But don't stop there. Work like it all depends on you. Give your best effort. Use your gifts. Develop your skills. Honor your commitments. Manage your time wisely. Take responsibility for your growth. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait until you feel completely ready. Don't wait for someone else to rescue you. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Today, right now, because faith and action work together. Prayer without action leads to stagnation. Action without prayer leads to exhaustion. But when faith and effort align, extraordinary things happen. Show up every day with excellence, not because someone is watching, not because you expect immediate rewards, but because excellence is a reflection of your character. Give your best in every task. Give your best in every conversation. Give your best in every opportunity, even the small ones, especially the small ones, because how you do anything influences how you do everything. Don't underestimate the power of consistency. Small actions repeated over time create remarkable results. One disciplined day may not change your life, but disciplined days repeated over months and years transform everything. Stay committed to your purpose. There will be distractions. There will be setbacks. There will be moments of doubt. There will be people who question your vision. There will be days when you question yourself. Keep going. Remember why you started. Remember what God placed in your heart. Remember the purpose attached to your journey. You don't need everyone's approval. You don't need everyone's understanding. You only need the courage to remain faithful to your calling. Miracles happen when preparation meets faith. Opportunities often arrive without warning. And when they do, preparation determines whether you're ready. The breakthrough you've been praying for may be closer than you think. The door you've been waiting to open may be opening soon. The question is not whether God can create opportunities. The question is whether you're preparing yourself to walk through them. Prepare now, learn now, grow now, develop now. Don't wait until the opportunity arrives to become the person you're called to be. Become that person today. And when your actions align with your prayers, impossible things become possible. When your discipline aligns with your faith, doors begin to open. When your preparation aligns with your purpose, your confidence grows. When your effort aligns with God's timing, breakthroughs happen. You may not know when, you may not know how, but trust this truth. God blesses the work of willing hands. So pray boldly, work faithfully, trust completely, move courageously, and keep showing up, because faith isn't just what you believe. Faith is what you do because of what you believe. Everyone talks about miracles as if they're always loud, as if they always arrive with dramatic breakthroughs, instant answers, and life-changing moments that everyone can see. We think miracles look like open doors. We think miracles look like unexpected opportunities. We think miracles look like financial breakthroughs, healed relationships, and dreams suddenly coming true. And sometimes they do, but not always, because some of the greatest miracles happen quietly. Some of the most powerful miracles are invisible to everyone except the person experiencing them. They're not announced, they're not celebrated, they're not shared with the world. They're felt deep within the soul. Sometimes the first miracle is peace. Peace in the middle of uncertainty. Peace in the middle of heartbreak. Peace in the middle of waiting. Peace when the answer hasn't arrived yet. Peace when the future remains unclear. Peace when the storm around you hasn't stopped, but the storm inside you finally has. That kind of peace cannot be bought. It cannot be earned. It cannot be manufactured by success, money, recognition, or achievement, because external circumstances can make you comfortable, but only faith can give you peace. Think about how many people have everything the world says they should want, yet they still cannot sleep at night. They have success without peace, recognition without peace, wealth without peace, achievement without peace. Because peace does not come from having control over every situation. Peace comes from trusting the one who does. For so long, you've been carrying burdens you were never meant to carry. You've carried the weight of tomorrow. You've carried the opinions of other people. You've carried regrets from your past. You've carried fears about your future. You've carried responsibilities that don't belong to you. And it has left you exhausted, not physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. You wake up tired. You go to bed worried. Your mind races with questions you cannot answer. What if things don't work out? What if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if the answer never comes? Fear keeps asking questions that faith has already answered, because faith says this: you don't have to know everything. You don't have to control everything. You don't have to carry everything. When you place everything in God's hands, you stop living in fear of what might happen. You stopped carrying what was never yours to carry. You stopped trying to solve problems that only God can solve. You stopped exhausting yourself, trying to control outcomes that were never in your hands. And for the first time in a long time, you really breathe. Not the shallow breaths of anxiety, not the restless breaths of fear, but the deep breath that comes from knowing you are not alone. The deep breath that comes from knowing you are supported by something greater than yourself. The deep breath that says, I don't know how this will work out, but I trust that it will. You rest, not because all your problems have disappeared, not because every question has been answered, not because every challenge has been removed. You rest because your trust has become stronger than your fear. There is a difference. Anyone can have peace when life is easy. Anyone can stay calm when everything is going according to plan. But real peace is revealed when life becomes uncertain. Real peace is choosing faith when fear feels louder. Real peace is standing in the middle of the storm and refusing to let the storm live inside your heart. That kind of peace is a miracle because it defies logic. It doesn't make sense to the world. People look at your situation and wonder how you're still standing. They wonder how you continue smiling. They wonder how you keep moving forward. They wonder how you remain hopeful. And the answer is simple. Your peace does not come from your circumstances. Your peace comes from your trust in God. You know this truth deep in your soul. If God brought you to this moment, He will bring you through it. Write that again. If God brought you to this moment, He will bring you through it. The challenges you're facing today did not catch Him by surprise. The closed doors did not catch Him by surprise. The setbacks did not catch Him by surprise. The delays did not catch Him by surprise. He sees the road ahead even when you cannot. He knows the outcome even when you're still in the middle of the process. And because of that, you can release your fear. You can release your anxiety. You can release your need to have all the answers. Trust does not mean you understand everything. Trust means you believe even when you don't understand. Trust means moving forward without needing to see the entire path. Trust means saying, I may not know what tomorrow holds, but I know who holds tomorrow. Put everything in God's hands, not just the easy things, the hard things too. Put your dreams in God's hands. Put your disappointments in God's hands. Put your family in God's hands. Put your future in God's hands. Put your fears in God's hands. Put your unanswered questions in God's hands. Leave them there. Don't pick them back up tomorrow morning. Don't carry them into every conversation. Don't replay them in your mind all night. Leave them in God's hands. Then keep moving forward, not with panic, not with fear, not with desperation, but with peace, one step at a time. You don't have to solve your entire future today. Take the next step one prayer at a time. You don't need perfect words, you only need an honest heart. One day at a time. You don't have to carry tomorrow before it arrives. Just be faithful today. Just trust today. Just keep going today. And as you do, you'll discover something powerful. Peace was never the reward waiting at the end of the journey. Peace was the miracle available to you all along. Tit it, protect it, walk in it, and let it remind you every single day that you are held, guided, and carried by a God who never leaves, never fails, and never stops working on your behalf.